Are you ready for something new? Today, we are going to talk about, who can guess, how to relax. So think about this particular topic, not just I'm going to sit down and meditate. How to be in relaxed state no matter where I am, what I do, eating, talking with someone, before I go to bed. How do I let my body be in the relaxation state? And here's why. So think about maybe you've heard from me before, 80% or 75% is not really what you eat. It's who you are being. It's the state of your mind and your physical body when you're consuming the food. Sure, if I want to lose weight and I am stressed and I'm on the go, and even though I'm eating healthy foods and celery, and I'm still driving and taking my kids here and there and trying to do with the customers on the go, I will be struggling losing weight because the body in the stress state is not physically designed to relax and digest and therefore lose weight. The body is in constant fight or flight response. Okay, or by the way, I'm wondering if it's just me, you feel like I just ate a full plate, why am I still hungry? Well, maybe I ate the full plate and didn't even stop to think about what am I focusing on the food. We talked about fooditation. I didn't slow down to be present to what I'm eating, or pray before I'm eating, or actually focus on my food like a painting. Remember, we talked about using all the senses. So when I eat so fast, the plate's supposed to take maybe 20 minutes and I ate it in 3 to 5. Of course, the brain doesn't even have enough time. The brain is like, come on, wait, why are you so fast? The brain doesn't have enough time to even catch the signal that you are consuming food. Therefore, you will still feel hungry. Okay, so let's talk about what do I actually need to do? Well, let me go back and cover a little bit of educational material. So let's break down what's happening in the body when we eat under stress or don't eat under stress, and why it is so important to help our body relax and therefore turn on metabolic response, which helps digestion. So the autonomic nervous system is responsible for digestive activity. So there are two branches. So if you like to have a little diagram for visual, the parasympathetic and sympathetic. Parasympathetic is also known as rest and digest. Pay attention, it's rest and digest response. So it's actually the state of the optimal digestion. In fact, the more relaxed the body is, the higher your metabolic response is. Therefore, metabolic power to digest food and assimilate all the nutrients here that you're chewing. The sympathetic is known, you can probably guess, fight and flight response. It is our stress response. So guess what happens in the stress response? The body shuts down. Classic example, when the lion is chasing you and you just ate the sandwich, do you think the body is going to digest the sandwich or run away from the lion? It's automatic response. The body doesn't know the difference. The body is going to say, oh, turning off digestion, turning off and turning on the blood into your brain, the blood into your limbs, so you can actually run. Sure, if the blood is not going into my digestion and I'm not chasing the lion, I've got kids screaming on the background, it's still the same response. The body doesn't know the difference. The body physically doesn't know the difference. But the response is the same. The blood is not going into my digestion, it's going into my limbs, my brain, and I feel like, oh, time. Have you seen the people with tiny, thin legs and arms and like a muffin midsection? Stressed, hard to lose weight because the body is in a constant stress response or fight and flight response. I'm making my notes so I don't go off the rail or reading my notes. So also you probably have heard of the hormone cortisol. So it's released when you're stressed out. And it's very connected, the studies show, with the fat accumulation again. So when we are in a stress response, cortisol is there. When we're in a chronic stress response, the cortisol is chronically being released at all times, and we are not allowing our body to optimally, and I'm still talking about digestion, digest the food. In fact, optimally rest and have our metabolic power at the highest. The key to losing weight, especially, is also the metabolism, lifting the metabolism as high as you can throughout the day. So let's look at a couple of things here, and that's where you can take your own notes. It can be good homework as well. Write down 3 things that make you stress the most throughout the day. I call them 3 major stressors or common stressors. For me, that would be kids yelling. Sometimes they're just yelling because they're happy or something, and it just still my body responses with stress. Unpleasant conversation with one person all the time, whether it's your boss or your co-worker or significant others. Or maybe hearing no on the phone when you play sales calls. So 3 major stressors. Okay, so let's move on and let's talk about what do I do. By the way, before I go to bed, for me personally, if I have a meeting 30 minutes prior I go to bed, my brain is not going to slow down. I will be still, or my brain will be still having the conversation in mind and maybe preparing for tomorrow. One of the main keys how to help our body to slow down from fight and flight response and switch into a rest and digest response, therefore helping metabolic power to go up. Everybody is laughing and smiling when they hear it, but who can guess? What's the one thing you can do? In fact, I said it at the beginning.
Breathing?
Yes, ma'am. Breathing. It may seem very simple. It's the thing we do automatically, but we sometimes don't consciously pay attention to our breathing. So here's the trick. We're actually going to do the trick for our brain to help our brain to get the signal, oh, wow, she is actually breathing steady and relaxed. I should be relaxed as well. So we're going to give a signal to our brain to relax. Let's do that together right now. Are you ready? So go ahead, sit nice and tall. Maybe you can just lean back in your chair, but really, really comfortable. Close your eyes or not. Or maybe you can even imagine, here's the situation. I really want my body to relax. For me, I'm going to imagine right before I put the first fork or spoon in my mouth, before I put anything to eat in my mouth. In fact, someone a couple of days ago said, stop, 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 stop. You haven't prayed yet before you eat. So we closed eyes and we took 10 deep breaths. Some yogis call it Ujjayi breath. And we're just going to call it deep breath. So go ahead and follow my voice. Take an inhale on the count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And continue just like that. Intentional, slow breaths. You can just focus on my voice while I'm talking. We call it Ujjayi breath when we slowly inhale, hold, and even slower, longer exhale. So when you inhale, think about filling your lungs at 2/3 capacity, and exhale all the way. You can keep your mouth closed if you like, and even create a little ocean sound on the back of your throat. Keep breathing, focus. Breathing before and during meals is a great way to help you become relaxed eater or sleeper and boost your metabolic power. You can even do it in the car, at work, washing dishes, on the call, anytime throughout the day. Metabolism is really about heating the body, burning those calories. Breath helps to warm the body, relax, be conscious. Take one more deep breath, just like that. And whenever you're ready, open up your eyes. Do you notice how more relaxed you are? So compared to how you felt before, it feels like, isn't it? So what happened is that we gave enough time for our brain to send a signal and trick our brain to relax. So next time when I feel I'm just overwhelmed and on the go, focus on your breath. In fact, you can be relaxed into chaos. Kids are screaming, things are happening, just breathe. Focus on breathing. I can be relaxed on demand, on command of my own body. And as I mentioned, you can do it anywhere and everywhere, in the car, while having a conversation, or before you speak. And guess what? It's available for you anytime, anywhere, and it's free. Okay, so before I go to bed, the same thing, focusing on the breath. Maybe even close my eyes. Maybe use this breathing as gratitude and allow this time to reflect on the day and reflect on upcoming day. So before we close this material, I'd like you to write down 3 more things. We're gonna kind of switch a little bit and or much. What are your 3 relaxers, your 3 common relaxers? What helps your body know it's time to relax. For me, it's breathing and meditation. For me, it's my green tea. In fact, I sit my body on the chair, drink tea, and stare at the window. Okay. All right. So for this week, I'd like us to focus on catching yourself when you are stressed. Maybe you ask yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, how stressed am I? Doing the scales again. If I am 6, 7, 8, breathe. Literally, just breathe. And paying attention on my stress source and allowing my body to breathe and incorporate my relaxers. Or like the stressors, relaxers. Okay, with that said, I'm going to stop recording.